All Things Motoring International is owned and brought to you by SA's most trusted online vehicle platform, CHANGECARS. Our name says it all. Whether you're looking to sell, need advice, need finance, or need insurance, CHANGECARS has you covered. Coming up this week on All Things Motoring International, we look back and share some of our favorite moments from 2023. First up, the Festival of Motoring, where we were blown away by the scale and attendance of this event.
We have waxed absolutely lyrical about Festival of Motoring, and the crazy thing is, year on year this festival just gets better. The organizers never stop. This year they've introduced something called the Cycle Village, and for all the audience, all the viewers, you know, what is the famous saying? No pain, no gain. You know what I say to that? Absolute twat. No pain is my theory. The motor scene in South Africa is vibrant. When you think of iconic events, I don't think there's anything more iconic than the Samola Hill Climb. I've got the absolute privilege of speaking to the owner of the event, Ian Shrewsbury. Ian, thanks for chatting to us. For our audience, the smile on my face in meeting you, thank you for your warmth. Tell us about the event every year, first week in May, of course.
Yeah. So, it's been a 15-year journey for us. We've run 13 events over that time. We started it in 2008 with a financial crisis.
Yeah.
Group of us got together and said, how can we bring people to town? Because Knysna's economy was built on building, construction and tourism, and they both took a dive. So that was the seed for the event. Fortunately, the first year we ran it, I knew Cyril van der Merwe got him involved. He won it. Brilliant PR. We couldn't have paid for that. And it kind of put it on the map. And then we said, okay, this does work. So then we said, okay, let's try and build it into a great event. And, we've modeled it a little bit on Goodwood and a little bit on Parks Peak. So we have the competitive element and a bit of the razzmatazz. So we like to try and make it not just a pure motorsport event, but a bit of a lifestyle event so it attracts the families as well. And it's just grown year on year on year. Obviously COVID was a bit of a setback. But we bounced back very well this year.
But what is stand out for me is you said it started as a bit of a local event. Today it's far from a local event. Locals are still welcome, locals still flock, locals still participate, but you've got an international following now. I mean, the recent event you had Mika Salo, well-known Ferrari racing driver, came second at the 1999 German Grand Prix. He should have actually won it, but he pulled over for Eddie Irvine. How do you get a gentleman like that to show interest in such an incredible event?
So we started working on that in 2019, actually, through a connection that we had. And he was keen to come in 2020. He was actually slated to come, and then obviously with COVID. And he's very enthusiastic, he loves it. Yeah, and so luckily it was through a contact. And he's done quite a lot of work in South Africa, actually, TV shows and things like that. So we managed to find him a car. Luckily, AMG Mercedes came to the party with a car. And he's a great ambassador for us going forward. I've given him a wish list of drivers I'd like him to try and bring out. He wants to come back. As you mentioned, Peter Solberg, he came with Volkswagen, really lifted the profile of the event. Mr. Hollywood, he's just such an entertainer. It was really fantastic.
But you speak about the Scandinavian drivers, whether it be in the 80s, Ari Vatanen, Juha Kankkunen, Peter Solberg. If there's a fun and there's a hill and there's a rally and there's snow, you don't have to do much to entice them. What is it about the Finns? They're the most wonderful people.
Yeah, I think they are. They laid back, they relaxed. I think they always so chilled. You don't never see one of them get wound up. Maybe Kevin Magnussen's the only one, but anyway.
K-Mag.
K-Mag, exactly. He's got the aggression. And I think, they grew up with cars. They grew up driving on snow, ice, all that. So, their ability is so high, at such a high level. So whether they're rally drivers or race drivers, they've always done well.
For sure. So anybody watching this, it's only 8 months away, 2024. Can you give us a little bit of secrets about what's going to happen in 2024?
Well, I think I can confidently say nothing signed and sealed, but
Yes.
we will have a couple of great international drivers. We will have a few nice cars.
Right.
I know some of our partners have been shopping around overseas
Beautiful.
already. Some of the competitors have been shopping around overseas. So I think, we always try and improve the event, make it a bit better and bigger. And I think for 2024, it's definitely going to be that. So as I say, no one signed and sealed
Good.
yet. But Saarburg wanted to come back, Mika Sala wants to come
Wow.
back, and as I say, hopefully one or two more high-profile drivers with it.
And now we always save the most important question for last. The host and owner of All Things Motoring, will he be invited?
He's always, absolutely, you're always invited, and we'd like to see you there.
Thank you so much for chatting to us.
Awesome, nice to meet you.
So, just got into a 911 GT2 RS. I can't even speak. My head is being pushed back. And Yuan is literally on it immediately.
Tires are absolutely amazing.
Absolutely phenomenal. There are no words. There are no words. It's out and out the quickest car I've ever been in my life.
These tires are amazing. These are road tires.
Yes.
You can feel how they pick up the grip. They just carry on gripping.
The acceleration, the braking, the cornering, each one is better than the previous. We are flying.
Oh, come on, as the bar comes on, the tires grip better.
Absolutely magnificent. This is truly the single greatest experience I've ever had in a car, on a track of any form. The corner we've just come out of was pure control on John's part. Unbelievable. We are lapping at an incredible speed with an incredible driver in an incredible car on incredible tires. You heard it from me.
Stay tuned. After the break, we take a drive back in time with Ernest. Are you looking to sell? Visit Change Cars and click on the Selling tab. One thing we've come to love on the show is the retro reviews. Seeing these old beauties on the road in pristine condition brings back some nostalgia for the holidays.
Oh yeah, but that throaty sounding engine still pulls once you go over 3,000 RPM. Before there was Civic and before there was VTEC, there was this, the Ballade. And I'm not talking about the watered down Ballade of the current age. I'm talking about this, the 1983 model. My name is Ernest Page and this is Retro Review. So let's start with the outside, and of course, because it's the 80s, there's plenty chrome visible all the way down the sides. These vents over here are actual air vents and not the fake stuff that you find on modern cars these days. There's nothing fake here. When last have you seen a single piece bumper that's not integrated into the whole body? Incidentally though, this one has the rubber flap over here, which I think is supposed to aid with aerodynamics, and it was something that not many people like, because as soon as it starts to bend like that, it makes the front look a little bit not nice. This one comes in a bright red color, and the details are just wonderful. In 1983, this was the choice of all of our aunts and uncles. And at the time where reliability wasn't so much of a thing, Honda made it a thing.
Launched in 1980, the Honda Ballade quickly became a popular vehicle in the new luxury vehicle market. In a time where fuel consumption and reliability was needed, Japanese cars were no longer seen as a cheap alternative.
How many of you knew this before right now? I know I didn't. I had no idea these folded forward like this. And underneath here you'll find Honda's 1.3 litre carburetor engine. All over the world there were various iterations of this depending on which country you went to. In South Africa there was only one model sold, and that was either manual or automatic.
The name Ballade was taken from the French word for a ballad because it had an upmarket sound which appealed to the target audience.
On an old car like this, it's easy to see where the chassis doesn't line up, but this one looks perfectly straight, especially at the back here. Even though by modern standards this isn't a very luxurious car, Honda these days has what they call magic seats, so lots of space in their cars, but that is not a very big boot. So forgetting for a moment that this car's interior is absolutely mint, you've got a lovely 4-spoke steering wheel over here with a nice little hooter. I like the seating position, it's not bad, but just like most old cars, the shoulder is so low. I mean, you can see my whole upper torso from inside here. Then what else do we see? Luxury appointments. You've got a demister button over here, which is very nice. It's even got a light attached to it. This one's got air conditioning, folks. No power steering though, but still aircon. And when last have you seen one of these? A choke pulley. Other luxury appointments include this rear view mirror adjuster over here. Then you've got an internal light where the switch of this internal light is still like new. Amazing. In fact, many of the things in this car feel like new. Even this quartz clock over here. Wow. No park distance control here. No. Yeah, you gotta use your eyes, people. But luckily, there is plenty visibility out of this car. Back then, many cars didn't have window tints. So it's actually kind of refreshing to not have a dark tint around me. The thing about this car that I've realized after just driving it for a few kilometers is that if you test drove this car in 1983 and you just came from the Toyota to test drive a Corolla, I think you might take this car. It drives much smoother than the Toyota. And although I haven't driven the cars both brand new, this one still feels new after all of these years.
And that clicking sound that you're hearing, that was from a sticking clutch. But I'm sure Mike and his team will sort that out.
Oh yeah, but that throaty sounding engine still pulls once you go over 3,000 RPM. And the reason the car drives so nicely is because it only weighs about 800 kilos. The sounds the indicators make, it's typical of the era. And this one over here has all the switch gear. You've got the little hazard switch over here. This one doesn't have leather seats or anything. It does have pleather on the side of the seats, but these seats still look good. And because this was what looks like a minimal owner car, it's only got 85,000 on the clock, these seats are still plush and new, along with pretty much everything else in the car. Even the roof looks nice. The gear lever operation is, it's spot on. Yes, you get play down the middle, but it's not more than it should be. This is probably what the car felt like from the factory. And don't get me started on the fact that this was a 5-speed, people. Not 4 on the floor, not 3 on the tree, This is a 5-speed gearbox, the most modern technology available in 1983. Honda built its reputation on reliability, and in fact, this car was built in the UK as a Triumph. And it was so reliable, in fact, that it was the most reliable Triumph ever. But then, in the 80s, Honda went on to do the next generation with the pop-up lights and all the other iterations of the Ballade that became very, very popular in South Africa. And remember, there was even a joint little Mercedes-Honda collab that happened later on with the AMG Honda. The dials on the dash are clear, crisp and concise, and this car is exceptionally well looked after. There is not a crack on any of the dashboard parts. In fact, there's not a tear on the seats, not on the leather here, but the gear lever. The styling on this car was always a little bit dinky, wasn't it? It wasn't the coolest looking car of the time. And now looking back, it does look quite American actually. And Honda has gone on to dominate the American market, so maybe that's a job well done. But the fact that this was made in Europe is quite strange as well. Direction changes are quick, and if I needed to swerve for something, I probably could. The suspension even feels good and progressive, and it allows you to shift that minuscule amount of weight from side to side. So I would imagine in its day, this was also quite a safe car on the road. No airbags here though. All you have is a nice hard piece of plastic to smash your face on. But there'll be none of that happening today. I feel like a car like this isn't supposed to drive fast. It's supposed to be a city runabout, but when you're driving it like I am right now, really slow and measured, it's also supposed to be good. And it is. The back seats are a little bit cramped, but the kids are small. Thankfully now, in this 1983 year, there's a new kid in town. If you wanted reliability and dependability, you didn't just have to get a Toyota. You could have got a Ballade.
Stay tuned. After the break, we head to Clarence for the Suzuki Jimny Day. Are you looking to sell? Visit Change Cars and click on the Selling tab. Suzuki Jimny Day was something to remember as Jimny fever took over the town, and we got to make some new friends of the show.
Clarence, a beautiful town in the Eastern Free State, surrounded by the picturesque and absolutely majestic Maluti Mountains. However, we didn't just come here to explore this beautiful town, we came here with a purpose. This weekend is a gathering of Suzuki Jimnys from all around South Africa. And it's not just a gathering, it's the largest gathering of Suzuki Jimnys anywhere in the world. From what we've seen and what you'll see around us, you won't doubt it. You can't look left or right without seeing a Suzuki, and that is the way Suzuki South Africa like it. We're going to be surrounded by 6,000 Jimny fanatics, but we're only going to be able to speak to a couple of them, and all of them have got a beautiful story to tell. We look forward to sharing it with you. So I'm chatting with Rian Viljoen with where it all started, 1983. But Rian, your nickname is Kwacha, and this 1983 is not quite original anymore. No. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's like an inbreed. The original motor I blow up in Hoedspruit, yes, in Hoedspruit in a few years back. And that stage I just have enough money to put a Nissan 1400.
So now you say Nissan 1400. Am I correct in saying most of the modifications that were done on the Suzukis were to the Nissan 1400?
Most, it is more popular because it's cheaper, but...
Correct. Performance-wise, on the road, something like this to drive, what is it like?
This one, I went to Sedona.
Right.
From Pretoria,
wow.
Sedona and back.
A weekend like this, huge Suzuki Jimny gathering. You've got stuff here from 1983 to 2023, 40 years and everything in between. What does it mean to you to be here this weekend?
You know, if your wife packed the tents, she's not a camper.
Right.
that means a lot.
Wishing you the very best. Been lovely chatting to you.
Enjoy.
Thank you so much. The incredible event that is the Suzuki Jimny Gathering doesn't just happen by accident. It's a lot of planning, and I'm talking to Brandon Carpenter, Suzuki brand manager for South Africa. What an event, what a day, what goes into something like this?
Well, Michael, there's a lot of things. First of all, passion and patience.
Of course.
And I think we couldn't have done it without, let's say, the incredible team that we've put together as part of it. And I think it was such an incredible journey to fulfill what it is today. And planning that took over, let's say, a year and 2 or 3 months.
In terms of venue choice, can you get better than the town of Clarence?
I think for us to start the Jimny Gathering with, definitely not. I think what helped us is Clarence is ideally situated where the most of the Jimny, let's say, buyers are in Gauteng,
Correct.
but still a destination that they would like to travel to. Jimny people would like to travel, and they would like to see places that they haven't been before, which is why we didn't choose a typical camping site. We had to make a camping site from scratch. So there's a water tower we had to build, there's a bridge we had to build specifically for the event, and yes, it's been great, and I think we're excited to see where the next event will end up.
Yeah, there must be over 500 Suzuki Jimnys. The 5-door just been launched. When we do Suzuki Jimny Gathering 2024, what can we expect? You can't say bigger and better because this is already big and amazing, but what's in store for 2024?
So at the moment we're thinking, you know what, maybe not 2024, maybe 2025, maybe keep it once every 2 years.
All good things come to those who wait, just remember that.
100%, because it's, like you said, a lot of planning, but then also we want to get people excited for the next one.
From our side to you, your colleagues, your full team, well done. May this event go from strength to strength, and may Suzuki continue to be a market leader in South Africa. You deserve it. So we're about to go on a special ride. Marius Bunzaya, a journo and involved with Apex magazine. Check it out, guys, incredible magazine. But talking about incredible, we're in an incredible car.
Oh yes.
Tell us about this beauty.
So yeah, the Jimny, I acquired it last year. So I've been the custodian of this one that we've called Sandy, owing to the chiffon ivory color that looks like sand.
Yes. Oh, that's clever.
Yeah, I didn't give it the name though.
This particular vehicle, you bought it with 6,000 Ks in 2022.
Yes.
What are the standout characteristics? Because there are many.
The way it makes me feel.
Yeah.
I can name the list about, yes, okay, sometimes if it's windy, the car does shake about, and it's not that fast, and all of that is absolutely fine, because at the end of the day, it's how it makes you feel. It has so much personality.
What I love about this vehicle, and for me it is standout, is you spoke about the quirk. So it's got a small 1500 engine, but that's exactly what Suzuki wanted to have. This is not meant to be a racing car.
No, it's not.
The smile on your face, this is not put on. This is real. We all have choices in life, and you're a Suzuki Jimny owner by choice, and I stand by the saying. 2 types of owners. Those who drive a Jimny and those who want to drive a Jimny.
Exactly.
Thank you for chatting to us. This has been magnificent.
It has been great. Thank you very much.
So it's been an incredible weekend. This is Jaden's first time seeing the Suzuki Jimnys in the flesh, the old SJ410s. When I started selling cars in 1991, this behind me is what I started selling. What do you think of it?
It's not bad. Maybe it needs an aircon, or I don't know how you're going to survive with the windows open.
So no aircon, no power steering, no ABS brakes. Can you imagine a car like that today? You're going to start driving in 2029. What is your first car going to be?
I think I want one of your cars. No, I actually want one of these, Suzuki Jimnys.
That's a wrap from all of us at All Things Motoring International for Season 5. We hope you had as much fun as we did. Ciao for now. Do you need any motoring advice? From where or what to buy and where to sell? Visit the All Things Motoring International website and click the Advice tab to ask Mikey. All Things Motoring International was brought to you by SA's most trusted online vehicle platform, CHANGECARS. Our name says it all. There is no safer online vehicle platform. That's not an opinion, that's a fact.